it's me. I'm here.
Oh man, Audacity made me really bad. I'm gonna fix this. There you go. Try now. There you go. Now that's better.
Yes. Now I'm here for real. Before it was just a test.
It was just a test. I guess Audacity,
Just a test.
when you turn down the volume in Audacity, it turns down all the volume in Windows. That's interesting. Anyway.
Super cool.
It wouldn't be a Game Byte Show video podcast without a plethora of ridiculous streaming errors.
If everything went according to plan, what would we? I mean, who even knows?
What would be the point, really? So we are playing Rebel Galaxy tonight. We talked about this game a few times in our audio podcast. In fact, twice. Once for new releases, and then I talked about it a little bit on our What We've Been Playing episode.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm super interested, and don't tell Dale, but I am kind of more interested in this than in Elite Dangerous, and partly it's because of just the name. I think it just has a cooler name.
And the music! This is not space music, this is great music.
Yes.
Yes, all the music is like this, by the way. So this, I tried to pick different songs than what we featured on the audio podcast, so here we go. So let's see if we can get some visuals going in. I've just been watching this AI kind of duke it out here in space, which is pretty great. So I've played this a little bit now, and so to just kind of give everyone a feel for what this game is, this is, I guess, a space western sort of feel to it, but it's also mixed with, let's just call it Caribbean pirates games. Like, I don't know if you ever played like Sea Dogs or even some of the the pirates or Age of Pirates, I think was the name of one of them, where you sail around in your ship and you line up for broadsides and you do all that fancy jazz. That is what this game is. You are not a fighter pilot, which is what most space sims are. You fly big, sort of bulky. I mean, they're not really that bulky. Like, this thing still has some pretty good maneuverability if you really want to get into it.
I
kind
of prefer that. I really like the fleet action sort of thing. And as far as space westerns, it's the best kind of western and the best kind of space.
Well, they're really the same, right? Western is nothing but exploring unknown, sort of uncharted territory, which is perfect for space.
Like frontiers, yeah. Exactly. It's all a big metaphor.
So, I was trying to hold off on answering this guy's call, but apparently he was having none of it. So this game, if you've ever played Freelancer, have you ever played Freelancer?
I have heard of Freelancer.
I need you to log off the podcast right now. No, I'm kidding. Freelancer's great.
I know. It's true. I know. And that's sort of like a space trading kind of game, right? Which is also
so it is more of a space combat sim where you're a fighter pilot, but it does have trading. It does have dynamic trading. But it also had it was really easy to get into, right? So mouse combat. There was no joystick support.
Commander with commerce.
Yeah, it had dynamic commerce, it had great mod support, it had great online gameplay, and it was super easy to get into. It was simple, but just complicated enough to be fun and keep you interested. So that's the vibe I get from this game, but again, with the sort of ships of the line combat. So when you enter stations, like this guy's talking to me, like you don't actually walk around, it's mostly like interacting with a new menu. Which is very Freelancer, right? Like you would go to the bar and you'd be there talking to people. But anyway, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Oh, I know what he's talking about. So this is kind of mid-game. I didn't want to start this way at the beginning because tutorials and whatnot. I'm going to say I feel like I need a bath because I feel like my guy probably hasn't bathed on his spaceship in a long time. And the voice acting, like obviously
it's sort of like a man cave that you just float around in.
I know, right? It's like driving around in an RV, those showers, there's no running water.
Yep.
Okay, so this guy. So the kind of the story. I mean, I just kind of skipped through, so I have no idea what's going on. But kind of the gist here is you know this person. I think it's your aunt. We're gonna go ahead and dock so we can kind of see that. And you're trying to find her. Like she suddenly had something to tell you, but then when you arrived, a week later, she was nowhere to be found. So one of the things I kind of want to make sure we start looking at right away is the commodities market. So here you can see. It's got graphs and everything. The only thing I wish it would let me do is pull up a map, which I didn't actually show you when I was out in space. So you can only open the map out in space, and the galaxy is randomly generated. So each time you play, the planets will be a little bit different. The layout will be a little bit different. Even the starting planet of the tutorial will be like a different. Like some of them will be Terran or desert planets or whatever. Which I don't think really has any bearing on gameplay, but it's just kind of cool. So one of the things you'll see is if it's red, you want to buy it here. It's low. If it's green, you want to sell it here. I believe is what this means. See, it's above the system average. So you get this nice kind of graph where if I had intellectual property, I'd definitely want to bring it here. And then you also can get an idea for margins over here. If you do just kind of some quick math in your head. Which is pretty great. I really like this sort of interface. It makes it pretty easy to get into. So this guy has 4 water. It's a pretty good margin. I don't know, but this seems better. This is almost a little over double. Look, it's way crashed. So we're going to go ahead and pick some of this up. How much can I get? 34. Yeah, we'll get all of this. Okay, great. Great. So we're going to get all that. I don't know where we're going to sell it. We'll sell it somewhere. I might actually tell you in here. I don't think it tells you in here.
Now this is just the very starting, right? So you didn't load a game that you'd already been playing. We
I am about 2 missions into the tutorial, so you're really still just kind of getting your ropes. The very beginning of the game is quite a bit slower. So just kind of quick preview before we leave the station here. You obviously can upgrade your ship going on forward. And they have different. Some of them are fast, some of them are slow, but more armor, more turrets, etc. and so forth. So, of course, you can equip. Oh, that was the shipyard again. Equipment bay. You can do weapons and all kinds of stuff. So pretty kind of standard stuff for what you'd think. One of the thing I really like about this one though is if you visit the bar and you go to the news board, this will actually be really useful information. So like right here, Mining Rush, a mining claim near Berthier Division has yielded a wealth of valuable minerals and metals. So from this you could gather that whatever these minerals and metals are probably in abundance, and the price has probably dropped significantly here. So you could fly over to wherever this Berthier Division is based on this information and try to turn a profit. Same here. And so this is actually really cool. I really like that they did this. Kind of gives it a point to flying to this station. The other thing you can do is you can actually hire party members. And I'm going to hire this guy because he's pretty good. And he will actually just kind of follow you around and help you. So we're going to depart the station and we'll go do this mission.
In what capacity do these people join up? I mean, are they just members of your crew? Do they get their own little ship?
He's right there, so you can kind of see him flying around. He is in like a gunboat, so he's in a little bit smaller of a craft. But at the end of the day, he's actually pretty pretty capable. So one of the things I really dig. So you just saw, maybe you just kind of saw, or I was talking over, so you probably couldn't hear. I just got a boost of speed, and now I can engage warp. So objects in space actually have in this game mass. So if you're near planets, you can actually get sucked into their kind of affected by their gravity well. If you're too close to their atmosphere, you actually start taking damage, which is actually pretty neat for games. A lot of times
in warp, you mean, like while you're...
No, just even in general. I mean, you are not designed to go down onto a planet. So if you're...
I think that is so cool. Can I just rant for just a minute about Star Wars Battlefront and how they have like Star Destroyers and stuff like flying around in the atmosphere? Those are deep space ships. And they are not meant to be flying around in the atmosphere.
Think about the amount of
that's super cool.
energy that those would have to dissipate to go that slow. Am I gonna run? No, I'm not gonna run into this.
To like just sit there and float in the air. Oh my god, it makes me so mad.
Oh.
I can't tell anybody except for the whole world on this stream.
Yes, the whole world who all listens to the stream. So, I actually, oops, just kind of crashed into that weapons platform. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
It's okay. They still love me. So we're at this station. I'm not really sure why. I think it's for the mission, but we're gonna dock here. You will actually get, you can actually get interdicted. So I don't want to visit the lab yet. I want to go to the commodities market. Maybe I can sell my, what did I buy here? I had ceramic plating. So this is pretty low too. So this would not turn me a profit. So I need to wait, be patient. I do have these religious tracks though. Go ahead and sell those. I don't know where I got these munitions. That's interesting. I'll go sell those too. Why not? Okay. So let's go ahead and do the mission. Hopefully this will result in some combat soon.
What are you doing here? I'm quite busy.
He's quite busy. Get out. So I really like, again, the voice acting is actually pretty good for space gibberish.
Answer your questions. Leave.
Let him kind of talk so you can hear it.
I've seen other artifacts like this before. Interesting.
But
It's like The Sims.
yeah, but even like he's actually talking English just in like robot speak. But you know, when the aliens are actually talking, it's just totally gibberish as far as I can tell. Maybe they kind of made up a rudimentary language. I have no idea, but it's done really well. The quality of just sort of these scenes is kind of surprised me that all of this is voice acted and everything. It's pretty great. Okay, so yep, great. I don't know, whatever. We're gonna go do whatever that thing is. So let's get back out here, and I'm actually gonna pull up the map, and maybe we can finish that trading. So I haven't visited these places, so I don't know the commodities that they have in stock, and that's kind of a problem. Where have I been? I have not been.
Once you get there, do you have visibility on how the market fluctuates at each of those places, or is that a good question?
No, you can actually see. I just pointed to my screen, which you can't see, but at the top of that it says economic data, and it says last updated, and it'll tell you when it was last updated. So this is what it was when I was there. So this one should be further away because I was at this station quite a while ago. So these commodities that are out of stock are typically stuff you're going to want to sell them because it's stuff they don't have, but not necessarily always. So it kind of behooves you, if you're passing by a station, you might want to stop in just to start to gather some of that data. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. So I don't really want to go do mining or trading. We're going to go here for this leisure station, and the different stations have different, like this one's impoverished, this one's militaristic, this one's leisure. So you could kind of guess that they're going to want leisure type materials. Like they're not going to want weapons or munitions. They're going to be looking for, you know, gold and, you know, fancy stuff like that. Soy paste, you know, I don't know.
Yum.
And they'll probably want to be like selling like bio waste and stuff like that, right? So it just kind of gives you an idea of. Whoa! I love that. Just kind of, you can kind of guess at what they're going to probably want. Was that actually where I wanted to go? Yeah. You also have kind of a limited boost, so you can see at the top right. So let me just go through the interface real quick. So at the top right, you have our speed, which I just kind of flipped around. There's 4 basic speeds: full, 3/4, half, quarter, 0, I guess 5. And then the boost is up there. It's an energy bar. You can kind of get a little bit of a speed jump if you're trying to. It's good for combat. You know, you're trying to get a jump on the enemy. You've got down on the right. You've got sort of the weapons that you have, and firing. Combat is real simple. So you can basically. This is the broadside. So these are your big guns, and you can fire very inaccurately, or you can wait for it to, you know, kind of line up with the target and fire accurately.
Zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can also switch to your turrets, which is basically what I'm here, and you know, these are good for fighters or even missiles. I believe that's all I have for now, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, that was flak, which is actually good for taking out missiles. Sorry, I didn't mean to shoot that off. So let's go ahead and jump to this planet. Maybe we can do a little bit of trading. Oh, other thing I should mention: those little puffs of smoke are like nebulae, stellar anomalies, stuff like that. So some of them do different things. You know, you can like lose sensors, or bad guys might be hiding in them, or you know, all kinds of weird stuff. And you can actually turn and warp, which I super dig.
You look lost, mate.
I look lost. I'm not lost. I know exactly where I'm going, bro. They probably think my ship's ugly.
That impression.
Yeah, and so this game has active kind of faction. What do I have? So ceramic plating. So this is way low too. So what happened to ceramic plating market? Good grief. That's kind of a drag. So yeah, so as far as I can tell, the ships are mostly the same, although I may just be flying around, you know, kind of too close to, you know, ships in one area may mostly be the same, and they may kind of change as you go out. I'm not really sure.
Threat level orange.
Threat level orange. Seems kind of ominous.
Engines at maximum.
So let's maybe go out here.
So you mentioned factions. Have you gotten to a point yet where, I mean, as far as the progression from trading to combat goes, how does that escalate? Like, where, at what point do you start getting into some shooty?
Yeah, so we're gonna go get these guys here. These are pirates. So the one thing I really dig about this game and games like this is this game has, like, these guys. Oh, the bomber needs to die right now. Bombers will do a ton of damage, and so you don't want them. Oh, you don't want them hanging around. Oh, I don't want the. No, I don't want the contraband. The militia's right there. The other thing is you can actually get illegal material, and you will periodically get scanned by the militia. And obviously, that's not something you want to happen. And it's a little GTA-ish in that you can actually run from the militia if you go fast enough. You can kind of get away, which is kind of interesting, as opposed to something like Freelancer, which that wasn't really much of an option. But the other thing is, all of the, you know, kind of enemy ships. So I'm not going to be able to get in on any of these. Those guys are pretty much. Well, look at this guy. These guys kind of do their own thing. So they'll be, you know, flying around the galaxy just the same that I am. Collision warning. Oh man. Oh man, where'd he go? No, I don't want to crash into the carrier. You know, they'll just be flying around doing their own thing, and so, you know, the markets will fluctuate. Some places will get attacked, etc., and so forth. So, which is really great. I really like when games do that. So this guy obviously has longer range guns than I do, which is all right.
Target eliminated.
We'll go ahead and get
So
out
do you
of
have
here.
much of an opportunity? I mean, I know your ship specs are probably going to account for a lot of your rate of success, but do you have the ability tactically to overcome something that's a larger...
Yeah, so I guess I didn't finish the interface. So in the bottom left, if you played what was that game? The online, the Star Trek MMO, Star Trek Online, I think it was called. That was totally
Star Trek
weird.
Online.
Yeah, you have the so the white bar is your whole. The minimap has a white layer and a blue layer. The blue layer is your shields. The white layer are your hull. What? Discovered junk field. So, okay.
Accelerating to sublight.
I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here.
Exiting sublight.
All right. Mission accomplished. Let's phone it in. So let's go to another planet.
Stellar map.
Go to a bureaucratic planet. Why not? I totally just lost my train of thought. Oh, so the damage. So if you notice yourself starting to take damage on, say, your, you know, port side, you can kind of maneuver around, try to get them on your starboard side to take damage on the in the other way, and that's pretty important to be able to manage that in defense and in offense, right? So you're going to want to make sure you stay on, you know, sort of one side of your enemy so that you're not just depleting shit. I don't want to go through this. I do not want to go to Distress Beacon. Those are usually traps. The few times I've gone to them, they were always traps. So it's like, nope. If you're actually in distress, you're on your own. It's no man's land out here. So let's kind of get close to this planet and kind of show that off a little bit. Oh yeah, we don't want to get that close.
And while you're doing that, I want to point out the developer of Rebel Galaxy, Double Damage, is 2 people.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, no, this game is really... They should definitely be applauded. It is a lot of fun. It's actually not even that pricey. I think it's $30. And you get a lot of... If you're into this kind of game, you get a lot of game out of this, from what I can tell. Just that the...
It is... I was just going to say, it is also coming to consoles.
Is it?
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
You know, one of the things I noticed, actually, in the menu... So you don't get the options when you're in the game. You get... But every time you launch it, you know, you get like an options menu, like a launcher that pops up. One thing I noticed is you can actually switch. So this is a little better. I'm going to go ahead and offload these because I don't want to keep carrying them around. I probably barely made any profit there, but whatever. So you can really get into this if this is your type of thing, if you enjoy this type of thing.
I think it kind of seriously is. Like, all of those, like, Star Trader, you know, start from nothing, build up a nice fleet or a nice ship of your own and go around. I don't know. I get lost in those sometimes. Kind of in the same way that Mount and Blade captured me. These kinds of games can really...
Yeah, Mount and Blade I fell hard for. And what I really like about this, which is something Mount and Blade didn't have, is it's got a pretty random galaxy, and so the markets, the location of planets and stuff, it will be kind of randomized, so you can basically jump in and get kind of a fresh experience with each go. I think there is a cap on how many missions you can do. I'm just jumping into available missions. These are just kind of side quests. You could do these for forever, basically. So let's go do one of those. Maybe we'll find some combat. You know, we could go to the bar again, but we're not going to do that. And there's different mercenaries at different planets, so you can go around. I believe you can only have one mercenary, though, from what I can tell. The other thing that I'm pretty sure there is enough, so you kind of got to get away from the station here a little bit. So. There we go. There's no, like, skills. Like, you don't, like, skill up from what I can tell, unless I'm just really missing something. Basically, you upgrade your ship, and that's your level. That's your in-game progression, I guess, so to speak. And I really appreciate that the planets are large. They seem to be kind of have mass. You know what I mean? And we'll go through one of these, see if something happens.
Right.
No, nothing that time. Oh, great combat. Ah. So our buddy's helping us over there. We're taking a pounding here. Holy cow. Yeah, I know all this. Got him. And yeah, you do take damage, which is pretty great. The other thing to note is, unlike Elite, which we referred to a lot in our podcast, this game does not have a third plane. Oh, this is not good. We need to turn. This you only fly on the 2D plane. You will notice them kind of moving up and down, but that's, I think, mostly just kind of cinematic. Oh, we have a hull breach. We may die here. This could be it. Oh, this guy's right here! Just fire! Fire all the guns! Yes, I see this. Oh, so there's also this, like, deflector, which I just equipped.
I won't forget this.
You won't forget it, because we are tearing you asunder, sir. I don't know if we're actually tearing him asunder. I feel pretty damaged here. Yeah, moving to engage. Just catch him up. So our shields are back up. Our hull is absolutely a wreck. This is going to do nothing, but I can't engage him until I get to the side here. So you can see he's got his deflector. He might actually be trying to run. I'm not sure. The other thing I've either not found or doesn't exist is there's no real control over your companion. He basically flies around and assists you, and that is his contribution. I'm not actually sure where he's at.
Are they usually very helpful? I mean, I don't know. Has he been tipping the balance for us at all?
Yes, I think so. He's probably killed all of the other ships that were tearing me apart while I focus on this guy. So we're kind of slowly whittling down his shields. The other thing, I don't know if you noticed that, I can't shoot when my deflector's up, so it's truly kind of like a turtling mechanic. I don't feel like I'm doing anything to this guy. I feel pretty outclassed, to be honest. He's probably just going to get away. I also think he's calling in, like, reinforcements here.
Satellite boosters depleted.
So you can see him off fighting. You know, he's kind of a smaller ship, but he can definitely hold his own.
Satellite boosters depleted.
The turrets will also fire on their own. I don't know if you're noticing that. I'm not firing those. They shoot on their own.
Port shields down.
So a lot of this is probably about just positioning yourself in a
Yes,
smooth way that-
and not getting
There,
yeah, not getting absolutely destroyed like I am right now.
Systems heavily damaged.
Systems heavily damaged, so I'm getting ready to die. So we'll show that off. In fact, let's just run away.
Satellite boosters depleted.
Ah! So it's actually kind of... Oh, he's a problem. He's a big problem.
Let's burn 'em all.
So the bombers will absolutely wreck your shields. Yeah. We're not doing great. Let's be honest here.
Accelerating to satellite.
Oh, okay, good. Good. We're getting away.
Satellite boosters depleted.
Made good our escape here. Alright. So I'll show you what a close encounter with the planet looks like.
Warp inhibited by stealth.
Oh, we got... Yeah. Too close, I guess. It is capable of doing damage, though. You can see kind of the flashing.
Collision warning.
It's really upset with me. My shields are flipping out. I'm on fire. Too close. Too close.
Accelerating to satellite.
So yeah, Rebel Galaxy. It's more of the same.
It is super cool.
But it's really good. Look at the battle damage. It's really great. I mean, if this is the type of game you're into, either trading games or sort of capital ship combat, I mean, this is the game for you to get right now. I mean, there's not really... I don't want to go to a mission. Are you kidding me? As far as I know, there's really not a whole else lot out there that you can kind of get into. I'm just kind of randomly roaming the galaxy at this point. But this is a fun one. I really enjoyed it. It's pretty easy to jump into and figure out. It didn't take long to be like, oh, here's what I'm doing. This is pretty simple. But obviously, as you can see, I've got a lot to learn. I need to probably upgrade my equipment before I try any more combat missions, etc. and so forth. This field might stop me. No? Good.
Warp inhibited by stellar mass.
What?
Accelerating to satellite.
I don't even know what it wants anymore.
Satellite
Oh,
boosters
cargo container.
depleted.
Well, let's go get that. So you do have to have a special piece of equipment in order to pick up cargo out in space, which I just did. Yay! Obtanium. That sounds rare.
It's not as rare as unobtainium.
No, or hard to obtanium.
Rather quite rarium.
Used to be abundant, but we used it all anium. Okay, so that's basically Rebel Galaxy. I think we can kind of leave it at that. We're right around time. I unidentified signal
I think it's
detected.
super cool. I mean, between the music and the style and just everything that it does, it's just really impressive.
It's beyond cool. I really like the design. The scenes are pretty. Sometimes space games tend to be kind of dull, but they keep it fresh with some nice repairs needed. So we'll repair for money. I guess we took some damage there, guys. But it keeps it pretty. It's kind of like Homeworld, where space isn't black; it's all manner of colors, which is nice. It's nice to see some actual variety to some of the locales, and there's just enough there. It seems to really be interesting. If this is kind of the game you're into, so I highly recommend it for anyone who might be watching and wants to support. 2 indie developers that really probably deserve your money.
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely give it a try. I enjoyed it. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to let us know your thoughts on this game. You can just yell at all of us. We're all really into this, from what I can pick up on from Dale's comments as well. So at GameBytes is the sort of communal Twitter. We all check it. You can find me individually at red_I if you just want to yell at me individually and say, you're terrible at trading, you horrible, horrible person. I will accept that.
Oh, man. You can find me at Jeremy_Lamont and kind of tell me that I should really have played Freelancer or whatever that was.
So, I will give you a pass because you cannot find Freelancer anywhere. I mean, you might be able to get on an eBay or something for like $5 billion, but as far as picking it up, it's not on GOG, it's not on any of those, which is a real shame. It's a really great game, and I think it kind of holds up. I've played it a few times over the years. Anyway, you can find our other friends of the show, our other hosts, Legrand Jolly at Legrand, and Dale Jones at Count_Elmdor. Talk to him about the game. He seems to be really into it as well. If you are watching us,
he's probably the best one to talk to.
Probably. You'll be getting a new PC soon, so you should pick it up and play.
I will. I'll be able to actually play games again instead of just be like this weird voice that kind of comments in from time to time.
Right. Just kind of periodically, just kind of hangs out like you don't have anything better to do on Monday nights. If you're watching on Twitch, absolutely head over to our YouTube page and check out our other videos. We've got almost 50 up there now, I think, on our channel. So it's youtube.com/GameBytesShow. If you're watching this on YouTube, check us out Monday nights, 10 p.m. Central is typically when we stream, but we do stream at other times. So you'd be incentivized to go over to twitch.tv/GameBytesShow and follow us so you can get those tasty notifications, via your mobile platform of choice or email on when we start streaming. Twitch allows you to do that, and it's a great service, so you can jump in and get the content fresh and right away that we know you all want so bad.
Freshly squeezed.
So
straight from between my shoulder blades.
Gross. All right, we're gonna try to get out of here now because of that. Check out our audio podcast, GameBytesShow.com. Also, we're doing Extra Life this year. extra-life.org/participant/Jared Dunn or /team/GameBytesShow. Please either join or donate. It's for a great cause, for healing kids across the U.S. It's a really cool thing. November 7th, I will be streaming live, and you can absolutely bet I will be playing Rebel Galaxy sometime during that stream. So,
heck yeah.
Rebel Galaxy. It's great. I'm going to play it some more after this stream, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Until next time.
All right, good night.